I'm doing something a little different than I normally do when it comes to reviewing books. And that's because I have already read The Night and the Moth, so this is going to be more like an updated review because I did just reread it recently. The first time I read it, it was the ARC, it was the physical copy, and this time I decided to do the audiobook, and I had a fantastic time with it. This book really hits just as hard the second time. I fully remember why this is one of my favorite books from last year because it hits like no other book ever has. It's gritty, it's dark, it's atmospheric. You love the characters, they're so unique. I also forgot how short this book was. It's under 400 pages, and the fact that she was able to write a full circle, fully realized story in such a short amount of time is crazy. There are authors that have books double the length of this who do not do as good of a job. This world is so fascinating. I love Six as a main character because she's sheltered. She doesn't really have access to the whole world, and she doesn't really know what happens when you leave like the area in which she's lived most of her life. And because of that, you get this like kid sense of wonder as she's traveling and she's meeting all these new people. But you also have this like dam that bursts because the world ends up not being quite what she thought it was going to be. And that comes off so well in the audiobook. And it's so interesting to see her dynamics with the gargoyle because he feels like an outward representation of what she's feeling on the inside. Like he's so expressive and emotional. And I feel like she wants to be those things too, but she feels like she needs to hide it because she needs to be brave and she needs to be centered and she needs to represent who she is. Because she's on a quest and she needs to finish her goal and she doesn't want anyone to belittle her or look down on her or think that she can't handle these situations, even though she very much can't. But throughout the book, she learns how to, and I really appreciate that dynamic and that character development that Rachel Gillig gave us. I am so excited for The Knave and the Moon. You have no idea. I'm so happy I reread this. I recommend everyone reread this book if you can before the next one comes out because it was just so good. It felt so fresh. It was almost like I never read it. And that's the power a really good book has. Every time you reread it, it feels like the first time.